Yeah, my name's Akashi. We back with another video. We got a showcase today. I'm not fond of showcases. I just like using the characters because with a showcase you actually have to, you know, give a good demonstration of them. I just like going out having fun in the game. Like, I'm not a very competitive player, but at the same time I don't want to be giving you guys false information. So let's just call it a showcase. It is a showcase. I'm not gonna try and cap on YouTube and that. But before I continue, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Today I'm having a good day. The sun was out today, and considering this coronavirus and whatnot, hopefully you guys are staying safe indoors. Hopefully you guys are taking the necessary precaution, taking part in this social distancing so we can just get over this pandemic. Well, overall, yep, just stay safe. Hopefully you guys are safe. That's the message I want to give out before I get into this showcase. But yeah, in this video we're using Cooler now. I pulled Cooler. I didn't have him when he came out. I forgot when he came. I forgot who he came out with. I think it was the red golden transforming Frieza, and I didn't pull him then. But now we got him, Uncle Cooler. That's what one of my friends call him that. Shout out to you, know who you are. But yeah, Uncle Cooler. We're using him. Look at him, buff as hell, full power, final form. That's how we go in today. But just getting into him, if I was to give my first impression on him straight away, he was doing damage. When I say he was doing damage, I mean that. Like, out of all the lineage of evil units, he might actually be my favorite one because he's just broken. His defenses are so high. After he transforms, his transformation is not on a time limit like the Golden Frieza, which is amazing. He's better than the Golden Frieza transformed, which is even more amazing. And like, he's a purple unit, so he replaces Chilled because Chilled was not doing nothing. He was more of a support type. But he checks all the boxes literally. For a lineage of evil unit, he's all that you want. Like, if you have him, I don't recommend having Chilled, even though Chilled does fit that support unit. But in this meta, there's a few good greens like Vegeta, LF, Golden Frieza is still AIDS, Buhan, Super Saiyan 3, Legendary Finish Goku. Them greens they're amazing. So you're gonna want a good purple if you're using a lineage of evil team. You don't want to be running Chilled over Cooler. That it doesn't make any sense. But let's actually get into talking about him. So I've only got him at 2 stars. I pulled him in the bunch of you know, the new banners for LF Frieza and what's the other one? LF Piccolo. Didn't pull any of the LFs, but I've got every other unit and I pulled a few others, such as the yellow Bardock, the Dragonball Super Bardock, and this Cooler was one of them. So yeah, let's get into talking about him. So I'm just going to talk about after the transformation because I feel like knowing what's before isn't that important, considering that his transformation doesn't have a timer. So if it did, then I might talk about it a bit more, but the transformation, once you do that, you're not going back. So let's get into it. So final form Cooler, that's what it is when he transformed. His health 2.29 mil. Strike attack is obviously higher than his blast attack because Cooler be piercing, and I can just imagine that would be the case. But he doesn't actually carry 2 strike cards, which is kind of surprising. I thought he would. But his strike attack is 187k, his blast attack is 179k. Pretty good defenses at 151 and 156k strike and defense. I mean strike and blast defense. He's a movie unit, but he will fit also on a lineage of evil team. Even though he's a movie unit, he buffs lineage of evil only. Let me check if he buffs that at 7+, because you know when they get to a certain amount they do. So he does actually buff it, I believe, once you get into 6 stars. Once you get into 6 stars, he'll begin to buff both lineage of evil and sagas from the movies. But any star before 6 star, he'll just be buffing lineage of evil, so be aware of that as well. But you can run him on the movies team. People used to run the blue Cooler, the blue final form Cooler. But let's get into his arts card. So his strike, it pierces the blast attack, so it has blast armor. Blast attacks are normal. His special move, it deals major explode damage and inflicts enemy attribute downgrade +5 to sub count for 15 timer counts on hit, and it can't be nullified by most other special moves. So you know, usually special moves have a clash. I believe this one is going straight through. Like, there's no clash. Cooler's taking over. It's called Supernova. Bars. But let's get into his special skill, Unrivaled Conceit. Restores own ki by 35. Now this is so beautiful. Literally, let me read the whole thing, then I'll talk about why it's amazing. It restores his own ki by 35 and does 20% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now, Cooler with his special moves, I mean his special skills, is actually essential in the Lineage of Evil team, because you know, for one, there's also full power Frieza, and he just blocks everything with his special skill, literally with that blast thing that he does. But the fact that his special skill also brings in ki, you have two useful uses of it, and he gets strike damage, and his strike damage is already insane, and I'm gonna get into it more with his unique abilities and whatnot. Now, getting into his main ability, is called Your Hell Begins Now. It restores own health by 25%. Come on, like, he's just ticking more boxes. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 40 timer counts. That's amazing. And I missed out the bit at the start, at the front, I mean the top. It says draw a special arts card next, which is very useful, the fact that you can just draw a special arts card. His Z ability, I already spoke about that. It's a Lineage of Evil. I didn't actually specify though. It's strike defense. It buffs strike defense, and then once you get to 6 stars, it'll begin to buff also sagas from the movies. Now, going into his unique abilities, now this is what I like. This is what makes Cooler unique. Duh. But the first one, this first unique ability, is called Ultimate Transformation. Restores own Vanishing Gorge by 40% when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. So this one, I feel like it's useful if you're like, but it's kind of difficult to gauge when this will happen, and you have to work around it. So I feel like this one, it will take a lot of practice, knowing that okay, when the enemy switches out and Cooler's already used his Vanish Depth on like a cover change or something, you have to remember that, oh, his gorge is going to go up, so you won't need to switch out. Because especially me, I have this big habit. It's not even a habit, it's just a safety precaution. But if I lose my Vanish Step, it immediately means switch out. Like, for the most part, I don't even care if the next unit is a type disadvantage. As long as I get the combo in, I feel like if I start the combo, I can kill the substitution count, I'll be alright. So I'll always switch out because I have a Vanish Step, but I'll never just take the hit. That's not my type of move. I'd rather actually try fight with a Vanish Step and attack. But continuing, it says applies the following effect to self per defeated tag Lineage of Evil or episode sagas from the movies battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So it says 25% to damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts. Now this one here, if 2 people die on the Lineage of Evil team, you're going to get 50% to damage inflicted. That makes his strike attacks nuts. And then the damage received is reduced by 10% for 10 timer counts. So that one won't really last. But the damage inflicted one, unless it gets cancelled out, because it can be cancelled out, some units have that, you're going to do a lot of damage. Now going into his last unique ability, Time to Have Some Fun, applies the following effect to self when this character enters the battlefield. Reduces damage received by 20% for 10 timer counts, 30% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Then it says below, the following effects occur after enemy attack is over. 25 plus damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, 25 plus damage inflicted by allied tag Lineage of Evil saga from the movies for 20 timer counts. So all out throughout his unique abilities, it's just causing buffs. Like, you're not taking any fools. It's not like some units have a unique ability will actually make you slightly disadvantaged, like Bardock for example. Just because he locks you in, I'm also locked out as well, so I can't switch out. and if they get the combo first, that timer would just be a lock-in for me to take damage, and depending on the unit you locked in, it could put you in a sticky situation. But overall, I'm very satisfied with this Cooler. I'm happy I pulled him. Right now I'm working on Zenkai Gohan, so all the Z powers going to him, but after I do that, I will definitely be using 100 Z power on Cooler so that I can get him to 3 stars and get the higher Z ability for that. But overall, rate this unit definitely a good 8, pushing it to a 9. I definitely think it's essential for Lineage of Evil team. Lineage of Evil is not one of my favorite teams. I don't actually use them a lot, but if I was going to, I'd definitely have Cooler on it over Chilled. Even that new support Freezer, the LF one, he's amazing actually, but I can't speak on him because I haven't really used him and looked into him, but I just know my Cooler's great. That's what I feel. But yeah, that's all I pretty much had to say. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, press the subscribe button on this grind to 1,000. Ooh, can't even say that no more because we hit our goal. I love when this happens. Like, I'm just so grateful. Like, thank you guys for helping me hit my goal. We already hit 1,500 subscribers, the second goal for the year. This is the last gameplay right here, so it's pretty much gonna end pretty fast, but actually you just watch. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm not too fussed about likes. Definitely leave a comment because the interaction is what I like. I like replying to everyone. I reply to everyone. Some comments do get buried, and I'm sorry if I don't get to your comment, but I try to reply to all comments honestly. But yeah, besides from that, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Again, I'm going to leave this last gameplay for you guys to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Did you think that would stop me? Right through them!
Let's get down to business. Out of my back! Out of my back! You ain't
Time to dole out some vengeance.
There is no escape. I am the strongest in the universe. Too slow. I am the strongest in the universe.
Now then. Die! I'll show you true golden hell. Be gone!
You ain't up in that! You ain't up. My turn! Take that! Take that! Like that?
Big up!
Destroy this planet! Die! Destroy this planet! Die! Get out of my... A valiant effort.